Welcome to the Being There podcast. Stories from the road where we keep the rubber side down. These are stories written by my father, Gene McAlmont. Commentary by his son, me, John McAlmont. Episode 2, Come Run With Me. Written February 1st, 2000. This is a story about a chance encounter with a young deer in the Texas Hill Country one winter's day. It explores the relationship between the young and the old and examines what it means to be young. This first story appeared in Texmoto magazine July-August 2000 issue. It was the first appearance of a published work by the author in the Moto Venture publication. Come Run With Me by Gene McAlmont. We pulled out of the barbecue joint heading south, out into the hill country and out towards the open pastures, out away from civilization. It was January, and I could just feel the sharp prick of cold air rising up under my riding suit. The sky was becoming overcast and the sun was just sliding into the enveloping clouds. But I was reasonably comfortable and riding with my longtime friend, Jerry. Just being out on the road in January was a reason enough to celebrate. I was, after all, doing what I like best. We rode over the hills and around the curves, gathering a little more speed, confident in our ability and assured of our complete solitude. We hadn't seen a car for miles. Gently rolling left, then right, up over a ridge and down across a dry creek. We rode through miles of barren ranch roads and astonishingly beautiful scenery. I truly hoped this was a vision of heaven, for none else can compare. As I rounded a curve to the right, a slight movement up ahead caught my eye. I hit the brakes, quickly dropping speed as we closed in on the object ahead. I realized it was a small deer. This was, after all, the Texas Hill Country, and this sort of thing is to be expected. She was very young and caught by surprise by our sudden appearance. We knew from experience that she would be frightened and unpredictable. We slowed ever more to give her some room, when a flash, closer still, revealed yet another deer rising to my left, leaping across my path. She was so close that I could see the panic in her eyes. She was much larger, much older, and clearly knew the danger that she faced. She easily cleared the fence alongside the road and disappeared into the brush to my right. The young doe, now clearly confused, took off straight down the road, too close to the fence to clear what must have seemed to her an imposing barrier. We slowed even more, respectful of her plight, as she raced onward, darting left, then darting right. She was magnificent, resplendent in browns and white, tail swishing up and down with all its might. Danger, danger, it seemed to say. 1 mile, then 2, we traveled this way. She ran, then leapt, danced and pranced. She gave us only the most fleeting glance. It was as if she realized that we meant her no harm. There was really no cause for alarm. Youthful energy drove her forward in the sheer delight of running. I was quickly caught up by her bounding energy and grace. I rode along as quietly as I could, just close enough to share in something I knew I could no longer have. Youth has its advantages, not knowing the danger, not knowing the future, unfettered by reason or expectation, where everything is possible and nothing is denied. Just to the right across the fence, I saw the other deer was now pacing her, urging her to leap the fence. This way, this way. Don't you know? Don't you know what can happen? The young doe drove onward, oblivious of the other's urgings. Then, with a surge of power, the older doe cleared the fence, leaping between us. Stay away, stay away. She cleared the fence on my left and disappeared. The young doe, now realizing her plight, angled left, then angled right. Then, with a mighty leap, no energy to spare, she cleared the fence high in the air, just flicking the very top wire. White fur puffed into the breeze, as if blown from some giant dandelion. As the young doe disappeared into the bush, they were both gone. We were once again alone on the road. I wasn't sure what I had just seen. The bond between the two was surely there, but underneath was also the sheer pleasure of being young and being invincible. So too was the wisdom of experience gained only from living and the caution and concern it bears for the young. Too much of one, and the other suffers. Too little, and the other dies. It was a balance between youth and experience tempered by the compassion of one for the other. We rode on in the deepening hues of a blue and gray winter sky, the cold wind nipping at our necks and hands. I couldn't help but feel that a chapter in a great book had been opened before us. All we had to do was reach out, capture the moment, and make it our own. Come Run With Me. Written by G. McAlmont. I remember well, this was such a proud moment for my dad, having this first publication in Texmoto magazine, and it was the start of a huge passion for him. My dad had a love for writing, a natural, inspired gift for it. He could take the most mundane processes in industry and in product manufacturing and write scripts, training people how to do them that people actually wanted to listen to. I know this because my first job as a voice artist was reading those scripts for my dad. He did a great job with them. But writing in this genre, writing about his best friend Jerry and some of the adventures that they had on the road like this one, really lit his soul on fire. The hill country's full of deer. My father and I had many conversations about the deer down there. I used to drive down there with a good friend of mine, Alan Shelton, fishing Bass Champs tournaments, and the amount of deer that would run beside us as we were driving small little country roads trying to get to lakes deep into the hill country like Choke Canyon reminded me of this story every time I saw them. My father was always so good at allowing me to be a dumb kid and making dumb mistakes, and sharing his wisdom always at the right times while still allowing me to be youthful. If you remember in episode 1, my dad remained youthful up to the day he passed away because he loved that enduring spirit. Thank you for listening and spending this time with me. If this stirs your soul like it stirs mine and you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and follow the podcast so you don't miss future readings and commentary. All written material featured in this podcast is the original work of my father and used with his permission. The thoughts and opinions I share are my own. This recording is for personal listening only. My voice likeness and performance are protected and may not be recorded, reproduced, or used in any form of AI training, cloning, or synthetic replication without my explicit written consent. Thanks again for being here. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and safe travels.